Hello and welcome back to Blake's Den, and in this video I'm going to be repairing the rust on the near side or passenger side C-pillar on my Peugeot 306. So let's make a start. In the last video I did some poking around and found a little hole here. Well, I've subsequently gone around with a hammer all the way around the outside of the hole, bit like that, and found an even bigger hole. So yeah, I need to fix that. There was some comments on my last video saying, "Oh, that's rotten, scrap it." No, I own two Minis and a Land Rover. That's not a lot of rust. Trust me on that one. And it's really common for the 306s to go here. The dirt gets thrown up from the rear wheel, and there's no arch liner. I think they fixed it on the phase 3s, I think. And it goes here. The other side doesn't go because you've got the filler assembly and the pipe work. So yeah, that is not bad. There's some absolute horror pictures on the interweb of cars 306s where it's gone like all the way up here, all the way down here, all the way under here, around here, and it's just completely gone. So that's easily fixable. So first job I'm going to do is I'm just going to attack this with a combination of wire brush and some grinding discs and stuff like that, just to tidy it up, to see where the rust actually does stop. And then the next thing I'll do, I'll make that into a nice squared off shape, and we'll make a repair panel and we'll weld that in. So I've just knocked that back with the wire brush on the grinder, so it gives me an idea of what I need to do here. So I'm going to kind of square it off to here. There's a big plate here which reinforces behind the seatbelt mount. I'll go along the top of there, down, and then it gets a bit tricky around here, but what I'll do, I'll get a marker, I'll draw the lines on for the shape I want, and then I'll just cut out what's left to make that shape. So that's roughly the shape I need to cut out. I think it's going to be easier if I take this off, or at least bend it out the way. I think it's only held on by that weld there, possibly a couple of spot welds, but if I cut that weld off, I'll be able to get in a bit easier. I can like pull it out the way, and yeah, I think I'll just make life much easier. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I'll either grind it off or cut it off. Obviously, before I start doing anything with sparks, I've got a lot of flammable things in the car, like the interior and a big cardboard box which I'm currently kneeling on. So I need to have a bit of do some preventative work there and kind of sheet off certain areas to stop the sparks from flying too far and wide. But yeah, I mean, it looks bad, the hole, but it's not really. It's a big hole, but it's very easily repaired. So right, let's set to and get this little bracket out the way as well. Quick situation report. It's really hard to film this because of the angle I need to be, but I've put some sheeting down, just an old curtain I think it is, and then I've managed to prise off that bracket using a combination of drilling out the spot welds and chiseling and bending, and then I've got what's left really. So I found the good metal and the bad metal. There might be some more bad down here, I need to have a look. Now it's just a case of cutting that out and then making a template. So to cut that out, I just used the angle grinder disc, but a fairly worn out one, so it was a bit smaller. Still a bit rough in places, but I'll just whiz around with a bit of a file just to tidy that up. So now I've got the shape. I can make a panel. It might have to be 2 panels, I'm not sure. Only because it's on a few different curves. So you've kind of got a bulge out here. You've got a flat bit here, which then steps out. You've got this one coming down here. What I would say is, remember, all of this is hidden. So even if you've got an immaculate 306, you might have this lurking behind the panel. You just don't know. So the only reason I found it is, well, I've read about it online and I took the panel off to find it. So, you know, it could pass an MOT because that's going to be fully covered up with a panel. So, so yeah, what that means in terms of welding it, I can be a little bit messier with it, you know, provided it's structurally strong, which is what I want. Then, you know, I can kind of do it in different ways, really, to get the end result, which is structurally fine. So I'm going to get some cardboard now, or some paper, and I'll start drawing up a template. So one of the easiest ways to make a template is to get some plain paper, stick it over the top. It doesn't matter where it is, provided you keep it still. Then just use your finger to go around and kind of trace the shape. So yeah, bit like that. And then it might be a bit bleached out on the camera, but you've then got the shape here. You can then cut out and transfer to a piece of steel. And fast forward a bit, I transferred the template to a piece of 0.8mm, what we call Zinc. It's like a zinc coated mild steel. It's not, you normally can't weld zinc, but you can weld this stuff, some clever metallurgy with it. And I've kind of just pushed it into place, held it in place with a few little welding magnets, bent it a bit, and I think I've probably got it to the point where I can start welding. So I'll probably weld the corners first and weld some key areas, and then this area up here, it will need kind of hammering into place. So that's actually quite easy to do. I've done it many times on the minis, which are over there if you're interested. Plenty of videos of them on the channel. Like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. Yeah, it actually is really easy to do because the metal gets hot anyway, so it's very formable. So hopefully we'll get that in there, and then we can seam sealer it. Sorry, weld it, seam sealer it, paint it, and then it's a case of bending that bracket back in and welding that back on. I've got a bit of tidying up to do, a bit of stuff to cut off the back first, but yeah, all good. So even though this is kind of zinc coated rust resistant metal, I am going to spray the back of it. Probably just spray it with some weld-free primer, which is zinc rich, and then I'll probably give it just a coat of white as well, just because I've got the paint. Some of that will burn off as I'm welding, which is not ideal, but it's going to give it some protection. And then there's various different holes around here, like that screw hole there, or I can take the seatbelt mount out, or I can just go from the wheel well, and I'll just cake it all with underseal and cavity wax to stop it rusting again. So yeah, I think a little bit more of cleaning the paint back, and then we're ready to weld. It's now the next day and I'm all ready for welding. So I'm going to use my Artec IGBT MIG 180 welder, which I think is really good. It's really helped my welding because of the tunability of it. So I've got it turned right down because this is only thin metal. This is my repair panel, painted on the other side, so I'll be putting that in. I will kind of tack it in the best I can, then try and shape it, and then I'll just weld all round. I'll try and film it. I'm not sure how well it's going to film because obviously I'm going to have to be right in front of it with the welding mask on. But we'll give it a go, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. There we go, pretty much welded in now, nice and solid, not going anywhere, which is exactly what we want, and no fires other than a couple of very small ones. What I think I'm just going to do, I'm just going to tickle that back in a couple of places with a flap disc on the grinder, just to see if I need to put a couple of bit, just ignore him, couple of more welds on here and there, and tidy it up. And then, oh, I can see a little bit down here I need to do a little bit more on first. So yeah, tidy that up, and then I'll seam sealer it and paint it. So with that cleaned up, it's looking a lot better, and more importantly, passes the hammer test. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run a bead of sealant, seam sealer around the edge, and then obviously I've got to put this this other bracket, I need to bend it back and weld that on as well. So we'll put the seam sealer on first, and then the bracket. I'm just trying to work out how to paint it, but yeah, we'll sort out painting afterwards. For seam sealer, I'm using this U-Pol grey stripe brushable seam sealer, and you can see I've liberally coated it there. I got this on the recommendation of my friend who's got his own channel, Nitro Sylvia, messes around with old rovers. But apparently I've got an old tin of this. I've had it for years, and apparently the new stuff's terrible and the old stuff's a lot better. So, and certainly this tin, I've not opened it for a couple of years, and it's still fine and still okay. So yeah, you might want to make your own choice if you're doing this yourself. So then, yeah, last bit, I'm just going to bend this plate back into position. We'll weld that on, bit of paint, and jobbed. And I've got that bracket welded on now. It was slightly, ignore him again, slightly awkward. It just kept wanting to spring back, so I ended up shooting a self-tapping screw through one of the holes. That held in position. I then filled it up then welded around, took the screw out, then welded it up. So ground it back a bit, and now to hit it with some paint, because a grinder and paint makes me the welder that I ain't. And there we go, job done. I think that looks rather neat, if I say so myself. It's all hidden behind the panel anyway, as I keep saying, but still, it's not really an excuse not to do it right. I have not got any paint for this car yet, so it's paint code P0WP, which I think is Bianco white, which does not just mean white. Anyway, I sprayed some, I had some just gloss white, and then I used some of this, which is Austin Rover Group White Diamond, which I thought was the roof of this car, but it's not white diamond. That is diamond white too, and this is white diamond. No wonder they went bust. Anyway, yeah, so I've sprayed that on. Say it's just to protect it really, and yeah, we'll call that a win. And with that, I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you for watching if you got this far. I've got more jobs to do in this, more welding to do on the roof, so that's probably going to be the next video. What I would say is, if you're new to the channel, is consider subscribing. Costs you nothing, just hit that subscribe button below and the bell notification. I'd also say as well, I'm not a professional welder, not by any stretch. I'm just a guy giving it a go. If you haven't seen some of my earlier videos, I've done some welding previously on this Mini, and on that Mini, and on that Land Rover, the blue one. So yeah, I'm just a guy giving it a go. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.